This is my review on the Arturia Microfreak.
The sequence.
What is going on, guys? So I always do these hip hop reviews because there isn't enough content that is geared towards hip hop, synth-based production, and yeah, I want to kind of fill that void. But yeah, Microfreak, it lives to its name, and that is because of this key bed right here. It is a PCB key bed that is very reactive to touch. So the more moisture that you have in your fingers or something like that is the way it will express itself. So if you have dry fingers or whatever, then it probably won't be that expressive. Put on some lotion, it doesn't hurt. But other than that though, really good things that I got to say early about this. As far as this key bed, I was turned off by the actual look of this thing at first. It kind of turned me on to where I didn't want it. I even told Arturia that personally I don't like the way it looks, but yeah, once I tried it, I'm a little warm to it now. Other things is the size. It is very light, to be honest. You can see it's very small, and it is made out of plastic, but it's not cheaply made. Like, it can withhold or withstand a drop or two, though I don't recommend you dropping it, okay? Comparing it to the Kai MPK Mini, you can see that it's just slightly bigger in form factor here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure that you see that. We're gonna talk about some other things about this because there's a lot to unpack with this synth from the top-down view, and we're gonna talk about the IOs first because that's very important as well. So let's start by talking about 12-volt DC power. That is really good for a few things. Because it's USB powered, there's a low power device. You can plug it up into something like an MPC Live Mark II or Mark I, and you can really get the jamming without a power supply, and that is really big. You have your switch right here, by the way. And you also have your MIDI in, MIDI out 3.5, and they are supplied for this, like always with Arturia, to 5-pin DIN. I know people have issues with that, but that's okay with me in this regard here. You have your clock in, clock out, if you are a part of the modular gang, so you should be really happy about that, as well as CB gate out, and you can see that right there. And then you have your output port right here, which is a 1/4-inch jack, and then you have a headphone jack, which is 3.5. So that's some really good additions for a very small, compact, and affordable $300 synthesizer. Yeah. So here we are, top-down view. I'm gonna mess with this real quick and the filter so you get a good idea of how expressive it is. Turn it down a little bit. Bruh, that's ridiculous, right? And that's just the default preset that you get. Over here is where you would go through the presets. It has 160 presets that you can do. Up to 256 presets can be stored on here, and it comes with a decent amount of stuff that you would use. Let's hear that louder. And you can see I'm playing it without an issue here. One of the things I would like to show you is the My Matrix here. If I go over here to the My Matrix and just dial in something, just scrolling right, I can go into the press and assign the timbre. And if I go to the amount over here and just click down and get to the amount, I can mess with the timbre a little bit and get a little bit more stream. Yeah, like he gets some really dope West Coast stuff, man, and that's one of the things that just really threw me off at first. Like, if I just play like some of the stuff I did on my live stream. Yeah. Yeah, it was instant love with this at first sight. So you have other things too with it when it comes to the templates. So they're a little further down the line of presets, and I like to go from there because they're a good building point. Yeah, bells and stuff like that, and you know, you just kind of instantly adjust everything the way you want. One of the things that I will say is This synth gets better with effects. So if I was to go to this xylophone here, go over here, let's go to vibraphone. Turn it down. So if I press lightly, this is how it sounds. But if I press hard, it gets a little bit more expressive. And that's one of the things about the key bed. But let's go ahead and add an effect here. I'm going to show you. I'm going to add it on my MPC Live. Yo. All right. Really expressive. I actually like that effect on my MPC. So adding a guitar pedal to could really take this to the next level. But there is more things that I really want to highlight about this. It does have a built-in sequencer. All right, so I just picked out another sound here. We're gonna keep it in paraphonic mode, but I want to focus on pressing shift and accessing something over here where it says art. But if you press shift, you get to highlight the blue stuff that is under there in the blue letter. So sequence, let's go on and turning sequence on. I'm gonna press random, which now will turn the sequence on, and I'm gonna play what I've been playing so far. Add a rest here. Keep on going. You can go up to 64. I'm gonna go up to 16, rest. Now that we have that, I can just press play on the pattern. And you can adjust the rate. Of course, that's gonna adjust the BPM. Man, this is crazy. So again, you can add effects to it and really take it to another level. I'm gonna use my pedal this time. My reverb pedal, and you can do different things. I'm gonna add some stuff in here. Let's go to cutoff here, cycle envelope. Turn it down just a little bit and start messing with the types. Still explore different things. Go here, you can adjust. Shape. Go on the wave here. Mess with the speed. Now, I could do other things too as well. Like I could add spice, and what spice will do is it will add different variants. And if you add dice, then it will verify it again. And you can start hearing the different variations of it. All right, so what I want to do here is I want to mess with the sequencer. It does have arps on here, so let's go ahead and play with the arps real quick. I do have my pedal on right now, so that's really cool. Turn off my pedal. And of course, you're gonna mess with the speed of the arps and stuff like that natively. And of course, if you have this linked to like your MPC or anything like that, you can sync it up. So yeah, those are things that you can do. And since it is USB powered and you plug this up and you have your DAW open, yes, you can choose to sync it up that way as well, which is something I'm probably going to do a lot of on this channel. So that is really dope. Turn down the rate. Change the shape. mess with a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. Very expressive, very good. I just want to show all the things that you can do, just face value for this. So tell me how you feel about this review. I definitely want to weigh in on my pros and cons. I definitely want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Some of the cons that I thought were going to be cons end up being pros. The key bed, the PCB key bed, reacting to the moisture in your fingers, perfection, honestly. Very, very responsive and can be very expressive depending on how you route stuff into my matrix. The easy usability of this, very intuitive, the way it's laid out. Those are things that you need to have in a synthesizer. One of the overlooked things that a lot of companies are doing with very compact and affordable synthesizers is that they are not including an OLED screen. And if you have presets, if you're trying to sell a compact synthesizer and you don't have an OLED screen, oh my God. And that's one thing I think Arturia did a really good job about, is adding an OLED screen. It looks really nice. It's very fancy, to be honest. The analog filter on here, brilliant. And then you have a good, healthy mixture of endless encoders and encoders that do more than just one thing. And that's really good. Utility screen, very easy to understand. Just a whole bunch of good. The amount of I/O is just very, very good. I think maybe the only real con would be that it is very light and very cheaply made, I guess. And I'm saying cheaply as in it's made out of plastic, but at the same time, it is not gonna break if you drop it on the rug or something like that. You wanna take care of your synthesizers anyways, but that might be a con for most people that is extremely lightweight, and you know, I just wanna bring that out. Do I give this the stamp of approval? I would like to say, oh yeah, this has definitely earned the stamp of approval. Very, very good synthesizer.